What's up, the internet? It's me, Kyle. And that person waving to you from that other screen in a separate location is Amanda.
Yes, it is.
We are socially distancing on this podcast.
Yeah, we have been for a while.
It's true. I'm exhausted.
Why?
Because we did something pretty big this weekend.
Big or
And,
crazy?
huh?
I said big or just crazy?
At this point, I think the correct answer is both.
Oh.
So before we get into talking about that, if you're watching us, please say hi when you get here. Comment, so we can see you and talk to us.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, if you have questions, put them in the comments, and we will get to them later in the show. Those were the things, right?
Yeah, those were the things.
See, that's how tired I am. I'm forgetting how to do this thing that I've done like 25 times-ish. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So in case you missed it, and if you missed it, that sucks for you. This weekend was GarageCon, which was GarageCon 2020, which was the newest, hottest convention on the circuit, which at this point means our own homes.
Yes.
We had over 50 guests, 50 artists and creators who came on and shared about their work and told what they were doing.
Is that where we landed?
50? Over 50.
Wow.
Yes, over 50 artists came on and shared with you over the 2 days. We had just an astronomical amount of people tune in and watch, which is phenomenal. It makes me very, very happy, but also very, very tired.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Pig says the best ticket prices in the country. You're right, man. Tickets were ridiculously cheap.
The cost of
AKA, yeah. Well, in that case, they're not cheap because internet could be expensive. But
the cost of 2 days of your internet.
That's fair. Tickets were real low. The cost of your internet subscription, yes. But no, big shout out to everybody who joined us, and we'll run down that list here in just a minute. Amanda, did you have fun?
Yes.
I was really hoping that answer would be longer than that, so that would give me time. So that give me time to pull up the list.
We'll bring you. Okay. Just also, I just was really wanted to let you know like what ticket prices were. The ticket price for this weekend was less than $5 for this weekend's convention. So
a low $0.
Yeah, really, it was a low $0. But no, I had a really good time. It was exhausting. I don't think I'm quite caught up because my whole sleep schedule got really thrown out of whack starting Friday night with everything. But we raised some money. I know we raised
over $600.
Was that really what
we raised over $600 for Back to Come Back?
Did we actually? Is that what we won? Is that what the final number was? I didn't know we had a final number.
Yes, we raised over $600 for Back to Come Back. We found out Sunday night at close, which is phenomenal.
Yes,
way better than we thought we did or we would do. So that's really great. We had phenomenal turnout.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, we wound up with over 50 guests. Yeah. Including Source Point Press, Big Dog Inc., Aftershock Comics, Rocketing Studios, Bill and Tony and John from Rocketing Studios, Kaylin Smith, all of Team Floppy Cop, Milena Deneno, Seth the Moose, Dan Doherty, Gavin Smith, Jay Fosky couldn't make it, but he was supposed to be here. Frank Gogol.
All of I said, so then it's not all of Team Floppy Cop.
Well, we're counting him. He tried.
He tried. He wanted to be there.
All right, he tried to be there, just couldn't make it happen. Frank Gogol, Stephanie Menard, Tara Maslowski, Garrett Gunn, Ming Chen, Bob Sally, Andrina Joe, Emily Zelasco, Isaac Bergman, Travis Bramble. I guess we could throw Pat in with them.
Right.
If we have to.
I mean, if we have to talk about Pat, we'll talk about
Susie. Casey Pierce, Don Ritchie, David Hayes, Eric Gutierrez. Who else was on that one? Eric Gutierrez, Mike Travis, John Maiello, John Marroquin, Tom Savage, Rob Hogan, Victor Dandridge, Imani Latif, Mike Watson, Scott McMahon, Dave Scheit, Corinne Roberts. Huh?
Dave wasn't on.
Yeah, he was.
He jumped in? I know he was there for a minute. I didn't know he jumped on.
No, we brought him in. Corinne Roberts, Cullen Bunn. Freaking Cullen Bunn.
Yeah.
Joe Pruitt from Aftershock Comics.
Yeah.
Adam Ferris, JJ Cott, Eric Palicki, Jarrett Whalen, Gerald and Kelly Hill, Shauna Shepard, Leah Letterman, and Dirk Manning. And then we have to shout out some people because he's beating us to the punch. But we got to shout out, again, Pat Koala and Mike Akerley from Cherry Capital Comic-Con for being our fantabulous partners in all of this and helping to back our crazy-ass ideas.
Oh, I know.
Let's be real. Most people would have heard what I was pitching and been like, no. And like, you're dumb. And Mike was like, yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good.
I'm like, okay. You know, I could always appreciate somebody as crazy as me. And so Pat and Mike are definitely as crazy as me. So, you know, I appreciate those guys and their assistance this weekend in helping us to pull this off. If you want to find out more about anybody who was a guest this weekend at GarageCon, if you go to garagecon.live, there's a place on there where it says GarageCon links. Click on GarageCon links. It will take you to all the links from all of the people who are our guests this weekend. Some of them have real cool deals. Like if you email Joe Pruitt, his email is right there.
Mm-hmm.
He will send you back a 25% off coupon for anything in the Aftershock store.
Yeah.
You know, other people were offering really cool things, commission rates, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you go to GarageCon.live and click on GarageCon links and check that out. So we've recapped the weekend. Hey, Pat. I have a finger I need you to look at.
Well, you know, you had a hard time with it all weekend. At one point, it was GarageConLive.com. It was GarageCon.com. It was like Live.com I think at one point.
There was one point where it was GarageCon.live.com.
Yeah.
I know, but I did a lot this weekend, and my brain did not.
Your brain betrayed you. That's all I'm going to say.
It's been doing that since the day I was born. Come on now.
Yeah. No, it was.
We also need to shout out. We need to shout out our guest host, our hosts. So I need to thank Amanda and Pat and Mike Travis and P-Pod, Chris Dyer.
Yeah.
P-Pod for helping us out and hosting this. Yeah. Right. Check out On the Radar podcast. You can find Pat on the Monday Evening Train Wreck on the Cherry Capital Comic-Con Facebook page. And you can find Amanda here.
Yep. Here I am. Hello.
When I do something, Amanda does something. So that's kind of how that goes. So, yeah, I guess we've recapped GarageCon, I suppose.
Yeah. It was a weekend to not be missed, and so if you missed it, guys, you suck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, if you missed it, sucks to be you.
It really does, because there was like
nothing we can do about that now. You can watch it back though on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. So if you want to go back and watch over 30 hours of Comic-Con programming. Go over there and check that out on our Facebook and YouTube. I believe it's probably still on the C4 Facebook as well. All of them did great, even Pat. It's true, Mike. Pat kept trying to walk away to go paint his basement and work on exposed woodworking or whatever needed to be done in his house, and we wouldn't let him. It was great.
Well, yeah, he acted like he had things he needed to do or something.
Interact with his family or something.
Right.
So.
I don't know.
Yes. Oh, but you can watch all of that there. This is how exhausted I am. I forget what we even talked about as the next thing we were going to talk about.
Well, we haven't talked TV yet. I mean, I think that was it. We really didn't show prep because it took yesterday off because, it was Memorial Day, and also we had just spent the whole weekend streaming together.
Well, and I slept till noon, went and got lunch, and came back and slept till 4.
Yeah.
Basically. That's
and
how
then,
I spent my
I said, and then there's that.
I mean, I know me. I know who I am. So let's talk about television. Amanda took the week off from watching the shows we normally watch. I did not because I'm committed. Also, I was bored. So
I was going to say.
I'm glad I tried to watch The Office because I found out that I had the wrong debit card linked to my Netflix subscription, and my Netflix subscription had been suspended. So good thing I tried to do that, or I'd have been real pissed off this morning.
Right.
Any thoughts on the Stargirl CW series? Haven't seen it yet. Not a massive Stargirl fan, and I will watch it when it gets on Netflix. I am, however, committed to getting caught up on Supergirl now that season 5 is on Netflix, and The Flash now that its season is on Netflix. So I'm committed to those things. Don't ask me to watch any of the others except for Legends of Tomorrow. I will watch Legends of Tomorrow. I do have significant thoughts on the Batwoman show.
Oh, yeah? What are they?
Yeah, and the fact that they lost their Batwoman.
Yeah.
And my thoughts are, huh?
Do we have any more information on why?
Because, she broke her back. She was seriously injured during the show. And a lot of people on the show, including Ruby Rose, said it wasn't really worth it. It was cool, but, it's not worth your permanent well-being.
Right.
And I think that's good
that
she thought that. And if I'm being real honest, this is just me, I think it's an opportunity to revisit who you have playing Batgirl and maybe go with another iteration of the person under the cowl.
Who did they have playing Batgirl?
Wasn't that Ruby or Batwoman? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that was Ruby Rose. Yeah, I think they said that she had a couple of herniated discs. Is that one in there?
Yeah.
And it happened a while ago. This was in the fall. So, it was really early in her time.
Right. So, I mean, I think it's maybe this is not, maybe it should be taken as an opportunity to revisit who is wearing the cowl, and go a different direction with the story. I mean, I think I would have cared a lot more about Flash if maybe the first season is Barry Allen and the second season was Jay Garrick and third season was Wally West, and then you can start diverging into the other characters of Zoom and some of the other Flash iterations, some of the other speedsters. Right. I think spending all that time with Barry Allen just paced the show rather slowly for me. So I think this is a really interesting opportunity for the people on the Batwoman show.
But have they announced what they're going to do now that,
No.
There hasn't been any, now that she said, I know she's announced that she's leaving, but, has there been any other announcements coming of, maybe?
No, that news came end of last week.
Right. So
there hadn't been a whole lot of time.
Right.
But I think it's an opportunity to do something different and maybe something better. Yeah, you have no way of knowing, though.
It's true. No, it's absolutely true.
Maybe something better. You might get God forbid you get Meryl Streep to play old Batwoman, and now all of a sudden it's nominated for all kinds of awards because Meryl Streep gets nominated for all kinds of awards.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be more comic book accurate, but you've got to, I think this situation, rather than just ending the show, I think they need to take a cue from what they do in comics all the time, where a character dies or retires or gets frozen in an ice storm in the Atlantic while he's trying to escape the Nazis, and pivot who wears the mantle a little bit.
So, okay, since we're on this then, because they were doing like New 52 Batwoman, right? Mm-hmm. Like that was kind of the comic book inspiration for this show.
Sure.
Where would you want to see them go since they have this opportunity to now pivot?
Comics, old school.
Okay.
Original Barbara Gordon.
Hold on. Was Barbara Gordon ever Batwoman, or was she always?
Well, I'm saying go old school. You can. That's the thing, is that with a show like that, there you go. Leonard says they should put Ashley Scott in the role. She was Huntress in the Birds of Prey TV series. I think that's fine. But that's the thing, is I think you can go and say, okay, we had the Batwoman show. What if we do a Batgirl show? What if we just pivot parts of that cast or parts of that story and play it older?
Okay.
What if we, what if we make it a Birds of Prey show and then don't try and shoehorn Harley Quinn into it like they did a terrible movie?
Well, they've always, and I was to say, this is where that can kind of work in DC's favor, in that they've always said that their movie universe is different from their TV universe, where Marvel has always had them so tied together. Mm-hmm. Is that in this situation, if you have Peggy Carter and, gets injured in the filming of a movie, and all of a sudden her TV show, it gets 1 season instead of, what, it was at 3?
2.
That changes it, because they were so linked, you can't really, it's harder to bounce back. So this is the one time that disjointed universe that I don't like as much could work in their favor, because you could do a more comic book accurate Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be interesting to watch. Mm-hmm. So we've spent a lot of time since last week streaming, and not a lot of time watching TV. Is there anything that you've watched, Amanda, that's interesting?
There hasn't been anything like that. Yeah, I was to say, I really haven't. Because of everything leading into this past weekend, I didn't really diverge too much.
Pat, I know, but there are parts of that story that's been around for a long time. You could go back and you could visit other parts that influence what winds up happening with Kate Kane. Like, you could go back and you could spend time on, some of the old stuff that laid the groundwork. When has this ever happened in a superhero show? It hasn't, except for when the dude who plays Wally West wanted to leave the Flash. Mm-hmm. And then it's just, okay, you just don't have Wally West in the story as much.
Well, and I think the nice thing with Kate Kane is, if they want to stick with Batwoman, they want to stick with the Kate Kane character. DC's already in their TV shows introduced the whole multiverse situation, and the red hair is a wig. Mm-hmm. So it would be very easy to throw somebody else that's not Ruby Rose in a wig.
Right, Earth 2.
Earth 2 Wonder Woman. Or Batwoman.
Right, you can play a lot of different roles there. Okay. So, since Amanda hasn't watched anything, and since I spent all day yesterday parked in front of the television.
Well, I did watch one thing, but it's not super interesting. I watched a few episodes of the new History 101 on Netflix, but that was it. That was the only thing new I've ventured into.
I watched all of the Low Files again.
Okay.
But I'm very excited because I watched the preview. I spent some time last night watching The Men Who Made America, and there's a new show on tonight for you history buffs called Grant, about General Ulysses Grant and the Civil War, which would be very interesting. So I'm excited for that. But I also started watching Chuck again.
Chuck,
Chuck is a show that exists in the nerd world that doesn't get enough credit for being a nerdy show, man. You know, I think because Zachary Levi was a terrible character in Thor. He was terrible in Thor. He doesn't get enough credit.
He was in
Chuck.
Thor?
Thor Dark World.
He was in Thor Dark World, really?
He was one of the Warriors 3.
He's forgettable, then at best.
Thor Dark World is a forgettable film.
That's fair as well.
Before he was Shazam, he was Chuck. Yes. And Chuck is a great kind of spy thriller cop show featuring people who really have, like, let's be real, Zach Levi, who's been a superhero a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Pat just says he's almost on season 7 of The Office. Just watch Michael's Goodbye. Also, he's watching Bones.
Oh, how was
Pat, you know the story about that, right? About Michael's Goodbye? If you don't, message me after and I will tell you. Yes. So it's Zachary Levi, but then it's Adam Baldwin, who was Jane on Firefly. He's in it, playing basically every character he's ever played. You know, and Yvonne Strahovski, who, I'll be real honest, I don't know if she's ever done anything else, but I could just watch her sit on screen all day. Okay, Pat, message us after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about it because... Now, hold on. So you say you've watched Michael's Goodbye, so you're like halfway, it's like halfway through season 7, right? Because he doesn't leave at the end of the season. There's a few episodes after him leaving. If I'm remembering correctly. Because there's the 2 episodes that are like his like kind of goodbye. Because there's the one where the cast says goodbye to him, and then there's his last day. And then there's a few episodes after that because you have Will Ferrell.
His last day is when the cast says goodbye to him.
When they sing, that is not the last episode.
No. The last episode is when Jim walks into his office and says, I'll talk to you tomorrow about your last day. And then Pam meets him at the airport.
Yeah, there's 4 episodes after goodbye, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are the 2 Will Ferrell episodes. Spoilers.
Mm-hmm. And then the interview, right?
Yes, and then the interview episodes. So, anyhow, yeah, that was our Office breakdown.
There it is.
Jake has joined us. If he wants to get in on our Office talk,
yes.
But
I will say that was kind of a fun, surprising little thing that came out of this weekend was the in-depth conversation we had
about the Office.
About the Office.
Right. So, So we do have a couple of quick announcements. The first one is that that's what I said. The 2 Will Ferrell episodes and the 2 interview episodes. You're way behind, Pat.
No.
Anyhow, just as a heads up, we won't have any live shows this week during the week. Our next live show, in terms of our live comic sale, will be Sunday at 4 on the Comic Book Shopping Network. Just the current pace of my day job is prohibitive in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one announcement. The other announcement is that you need to be checking our website every day starting Thursday for because you see what you started last time, buddy. Anyhow, you need to be watching our website site starting Thursday for a couple of really cool opportunities at some very rare books. So, just as a heads up, be watching the website, thenexus419.com. Amanda, have we covered everything we wanted to cover in today's what we knew would be a short episode?
Yeah, no, we wanted to just kind of talk about the weekend, which was like, because that was like our big thing, and it kind of did prevent us from
doing anything else for having a life for the last week and a half.
Yeah. We hope everyone had a good Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone have any questions while Amanda yawns?
Yeah, sorry.
If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And
well, according to Dave, he doesn't check no stinking website.
No, Dave. There's a reason we're not doing that.
Hmm.
There's a very specific reason we're not doing that.
Is there? Do I know
Yes.
about it?
Kinda.
Okay.
Dave, websites are places where people go when they want access to really cool exclusive stuff that you can't get other places.
And then
a burn.
Right.
Tell them Steve Dave. I'm not Steve, nor am I Dave, nor am I Steve Dave.
Tell him Steve.
I am at best Brian Johnson.
You are not. In no world.
Brian Johnson. At worst, I'm the garbage can behind the secret stash.
Yeah, no. You wish you were Brian Johnson.
I said at best, on my best day, if I had a perfect day, I could rival Brian Johnson.
Yeah, I guess I'll give you that. You might be able to.
Right, at least in my general misanthropy. So, all right. If anybody has any questions, now is the time to ask them. Otherwise, we're going to call it a night real early tonight. That way we can continue to work on getting our sleep schedules back in line after the crazy weekend we've had.
Mm-hmm. There's a new Warrior series. Okay.
No. I have none. Not a fan of the new Warriors. Not reading or watching any new Warriors things. I've never liked the new Warriors. I prefer the old Warriors, which isn't actually a thing. You'll find, Leonard, that my thoughts on most of the things the big two do revolve around, was I a fan of them before they sucked? And the answer to that question most of the time is no. So, New Warriors, I think it has a lot of potential, but they've never done anything with it to ingratiate me to them. Thoughts on the old Warriors? Well, the old Warriors were great when they were hanging out with Thor. When they tried to split them off individually or make Angela one of them, it took a weird turn.
There you have it, guys. You asked. Any other questions?
You ask a dumb question, you get a dumb answer.
That's usually how that goes, yes.
I'm not saying your question was dumb, Leonard. You just don't know me well enough to know that if it ain't Spider-Man or Cap or Daredevil, I really don't care about it in the Marvel Universe anymore. So.
And then there's that.
I like Mark Waid. I like Fantastic Four. Neil Adams is okay. So there's potential there, but it won't be something I'm reading as it comes out. It'll be something that I pick up posthumously. So.
All right.
Well, I think that's good. I think that's gonna do it for us tonight in this shortened episode.
Yeah.
Thank you again for everyone who came out to GarageCon 2020. Mm-hmm. Thanks again to everybody who helped put it on, to all 50 plus of our guests, to everybody for tuning in. We will see you all next week when I guarantee you we will have more to talk about, because it's not possible to have less.
No, it's true. Yeah, no, this is just one of those times where it was like, man, what a weekend it was, and we're so tired because we kind of got a day. Really,
Amanda can't stop yawning.
Yeah, it's hitting me hard like a monster. Like, guys, I need to sleep and get back to the normal sleep schedule.
Yeah, when we did something so big and so massive this weekend that it really did take over our whole lives for a while, and as a result, we just haven't done anything and don't have a ton to talk about. I'm excited because, last weekend was the first week in comic shops are open again. And obviously I was busy. So I'm excited to get back to my favorite local comic shops this week and pick up some books. So I'll have some stuff I've read for next week.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting for me.
Yeah, and if you're bored, go check out the archived.
Even if you're not bored, if you just want to watch some great content, go check out.
It's true. I've been bored enough to watch all of it.
Right. If you happen to have 30 free hours, and you want to rewatch everything, you can do that on our page, on the Cherry Capital Comic Con Facebook page, and on our YouTube. So, with that, we're going to sign off. We will see everyone next week. Bye, everybody.